Okay, so new chapter of Eden Zero, and I gotta tell you, this image of sister, wow. just just wow. Mashima, dude, you gotta stop putting your fetishes in your chapters. You gotta stop, dude. It's gotten too blatant. Damn, I'm gonna have to look up hentai. Like, damn. Okay, moving on. So, last chapter, the crew of Eden Zero decided to take Captain Connor back to Rebecca's guild, basically because he didn't really want to get caught up in the whole Ziggy thing. He already escaped from Ziggy's planet. He's not really looking to go back. And he was being kind of an ass about the whole situation, so they're just like, fine, we'll take you someplace that we know is safe. Rebecca's guild. Unfortunately, one of the members of the Oresian says Interstellar, Feather, she also has the same ability as Master Noah, and that's the Eye of God, able to pinpoint on people's location. And so, the Eden Zero crew is basically surrounded. How are they going to get out of this now that they're, technically outlaws, but only just because, Shiki has gained so much power? Let's find out. I mean, the only person who seems prominent is Feather. I don't think there's anyone else in her group aside from her two sidekicks who should be possibly strong. Let's see. Got the people talking. What's going on? The Interstellar Union Army? Did something happen at the guild? I guess some big shot supervillains in there. Who's the hottie? That's a big shot from the government. Master Noah, you're going to meet them head on? Feather and her army? It'll all work out. Master and his crew are very strong. I don't know why I keep noticing this, but man, the way Mashima has been drawing Pino lately, super cute. Now it's like, but Feather has the same power I do, the power to see people's locations. In battle, she can use it to predict her enemy's movements. Ah, there we go. I was wondering how you could use the Eye of God in combat, so it's kind of like a future sight ability. The only thing about stuff like that is you have to have the ability to actually dodge properly. If it's an attack you can't really dodge, then being able to see the future ain't gonna really help you that much. Are you gonna help us escape? Considering my position, I can't do that. Then shut up. Like, Master Joe is just like, you're no use to us, get out of here. But I may be able to buy you a little bit of time. No thanks, it's the thought that counts. Come on guys, we'll make a dash for the ship. Aw, I guess Shiki decided to kind of squash a little bit of that beef he had with Noah, and the whole Rebecca got sold out. See you later, Master Noah. You too, Mr. Connor. Farewell, Captain. Alright, they're meeting with the Interstellar Union Army head on. See how that goes. Is this gonna be a mollywop? Not to mention Urza. Is she gonna get to Ziggy before the rest of them? I still feel like the entirety of her armada is gonna be wiped out by the time they get back. Here they come. It's Shiki and his crew. Fire. But there are still civilians in the area. Your bullets will not hit anyone. I can see it. Just opening fire. Daka 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 daka. The gunfire, it's already started. At least they should make a little speech first. Yeah, you would think so. Shiki uses his gravity ability. All their bullets just become heavy, which is pretty cool. They all end up with a downward momentum, so they just embed in the ground. The trajectory changed. It's his gravity powers. I told you they would not hit anyone. The ballistics were a diversion. Keep firing. In the meantime, I will either connect to Team Alpha. It almost looks like she's giving some of her soldiers her ability to see the future. Or is it something else? Her two high-ranking officers, I love Ether Connect. Yeah, it lets us use Commander Feather's powers temporarily. Okay, so it is that. Oh, that's awesome. Have we ever heard of Ether Connect before? Where you could temporarily give somebody else a bit of your own power? I guess you would have to be fairly powerful as well in order to make that happen. Seize them. I actually do appreciate that some of the soldiers are wearing helmets and some of them aren't. It's a nice little added choice. Makes them not all faceless mooks. Alright, got Chris going in. Blows them all away with his wind power. You're in the way. And then Klein as well. I'm sorry to do this. Laguna with his water abilities, taking out the mooks. Homura cutting up their guns. And of course, Rebecca doing her daka 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 daka. Suppressing fire! Gotta love how her pose for firing is always her spread eagle. Whoa, these guys are tough. They're coming straight for the Connect team. Okay, some of them can actually see the movements, especially the ones that Wise is making. I see it. I see your next move. And then Wise just forms his battle armor and just punts the dude into the ground. Oh, cool. Did he say something? It's just like, just because you can see it coming doesn't really mean you can do much about it. And then Shiki goes in and just like, everybody do the flop! Everyone hits the ground. How could they? The Connect team is utter shock and a little bit of Noah and Connor. Is something the matter, Mr. Connor? I heard that lot were saving the planets that Ziggy invaded, so they had to be uncommon powerful. God, I hate the pirate speech they gave him. The grammar is so weird. But I had no idea they'd be this strong. Such wee young things, and they'd be fighting like this all the time? It's because they're young. Oh, feel bad 'cause you're old. They see fewer options for solving problems, and that makes them more sensitive and more straightforward. True. It usually is the young who end up changing the world, if you let them. They fight, that's their choice, to protect their family, to prevent the loss of any more family. Family. The crew of their ship, to them, that is their family. Every one of them is an orphan. Thus, the bonds among them are more valuable to them than anything. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, all of them are orphans. Actually thinking about it is just like, that's wild. And the only one who actually had a parent that we saw was Homer, and, yeah, we saw how that worked out. Homer's true mother died. We all know that. They all be orphans. It feels weird having a moment with Captain Connor because it's just like, we already got to know Captain Connor. It's weird getting to know him again. Activating EMP. Yeah, Pina's ability where she learned how to localize EMP so it didn't take out everybody around her indiscriminately. No, my gun, it locked! And that is why we do not digitize guns, people. But it brings gun safety to a whole new level, so I guess it's okay. I am an advocate of more gun safety. Happy Blaster solo mode? What? Oh my god, did Happy just turn into a turret? That is amazing! Wait, so what does Rebecca do when she's not firing Happy? I'm actually kind of okay with him not being her gun all the time. Oh, she managed to wield Cat Leaper in just a way where she could do it solo? God, Mashima, that silhouette of Rebecca looks like she's friggin' naked. Oh, okay. It's because she is kind of half nude. I feel like this is him, he wanted to do more stuff with, Lizana from Fairy Tail, where she had the cat mode she would always go into, as well as that one friend of Urza. I think her name started with an M. She had those weird tube magic abilities. I mean, hey, cat girls are very anime. And I like the fact that at least Rebecca can actually go in and do some damage, though. Not that she was ever not capable before. She's actually a fairly competent combatant. She combines various different traits from various other Hiro Mashima characters. Her firing indiscriminately is very reminiscent of Ellie from Rave Master. I see a little bit of Lizana in her. And the weird overly sexual situations she finds herself in are very Lucy. Overdrive, Monster Cat. Oh wait, yeah, I guess that would be her overdrive. Rude. How is the Connect team losing to them? We should be able to see all their moves. And Homura coming in. The answer is simple. You see our movements, but you cannot handle them. Like I said, it's just like, yeah. Everybody says Foresight is just like, oh, it's the ultimate ability, it can't be beat. It's just like, I mean, if you can actually dodge, yeah, sure. But if the attacks come so fast and furious you can't do shit against them, you're gonna lose either way. It's just that you actually see your loss before it even happens. And Homura utterly dominates Feathers to main subordinate. I'm surprised all of them are losing so badly, though. Sam and Aggie, these guys are bad news. And Feathers just like, very well, I shall have to resort to using... And she just pops right up in front of Feather. Sorry, would you mind getting out of the way? That's the title of the chapter. I was wondering where that was going to come into play. Huh, he's not in the location I foresaw. There's never been such a large discrepancy before. Oh, okay. But we've seen Shiki do that before, though, where the future just kind of altered around him so greatly, and then he just friendly like, see you later. Why is it just like, why would you say see you later? Oh yeah, I don't ever want to see her again. I love that Feather is still at least a little bit composed, but it looks like she's been rooted into the ground. I'm stuck. His gravity has me pinned to the ground. It was probably when he touched her on the shoulder. It's just like, boop, you can just stay here for a while. They're just walking off. No, they're running. For a second, I thought they were just jogging. Hey, they might be jogging. But I won't let you get away. My fleet has your ship surrounded. You will not be able to leave this planet. Emergency takeoff. I told you we're surrounded. Over to the Eden Zero. If we're going to force our way out of here, we're going to have to sink a few of their ships. And even if we do make it through, Feather's ships are racer class, the fastest ships in the Union Army. Okay, high praise. I feel like the cover of this chapter was just to make up for the fact that you barely actually see Sister in this chapter. And Mashima was just like, there's not going to be much cheesecake in this. Here's some sister service. You want to outrun the Union's fastest fleet without getting anyone hurt? Oh, Captain Connor's back. It'd be possible for me. Connor? How? Mr. Connor. Pito's happy because she gets to learn more bad things. Call me Captain if you please. Let us begin the mission to escape the Union Army's clutches. Okay, so he came back. I feel like this was just a long detour so that Connor could see that, him joining up with the crew of Edens would actually make them more capable and stuff. But it really does make me wonder. It's just like, okay, then who's commanding the Edens 1 then? Like, what ended up happening back on the one planet? Or, back at Blue Garden. Granbell. Yeah, Granbell. I just have to remember Shiki's last name. Back on Granbell when the Edens 1 decimated the crew of Edens back on Granbell. Was Connor piloting that then? Or was it something else? That's the thing about these time discrepancies. It's just like, okay, it's still working out, but that raises even more questions than before. It's very curious. But, okay, we've got probably the best pilot around back on the Eden Zero. And with his incredible skill, they'll make it back to get to the fight with Ziggy in no time flat. So I'm not worried about that anymore. I wonder what about the plot with Connor's daughter, though. I feel like that's going to be important at some point, in a way that we least expected. But I guess this encounter with Feather was a good way of showing just how capable they've become. Because with everything we've seen from the Eurasian Says Interstellar previously, they're nothing to sneeze at. They're wildly capable. And having it so that they were so easily able to overcome one of them, it gives a little bit more credence to their abilities. I just feel like it would have been more interesting if we had seen Feather do stuff before and how overwhelming she could be in combat, instead of only having her here this time. Because, I don't know, I feel like we kind of made her character less significant before she even got to be significant, outside of just being a member of Eurasian Says Interstellar. But it's cool to see the guys back in tip-top fighting form. Good to have this nice little side story before we go and deal with Ziggy, I guess. It still feels weird that we're about to go and deal with Ziggy. But I guess that'll be next chapter. Connor will get them to Ziggy in record time flat. I think we'll see Urza's fleet completely wiped out pretty much. She'll be in a desperate struggle against Ziggy. And in comes the crew of Edens to kind of try to deal with things. And then the Interstellar Union Army will follow the Eden Zero to that planet, and they'll get up in the mix. Probably have an appearance by Justice. A lot could happen, but it feels like finale stuff. I don't know, I feel like something else is bound to happen. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. So tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, bell, all that good YouTube stuff. Until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, would you mind getting out of my way? Bye-bye.